What's up guys, it's Shay back with another video. Today is going to be a bit of an interesting one, as I kinda don't have my Wixo thing. So, I'm currently not at my house, so I don't have access to my files. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing an Empires video instead, which is what if the Portuguese Empire came back in modern day, which includes Uruguay, Brazil, Angola. Don't know what happened there. Not this little part right here, just this main, so Angola still exists. Zambia, Ghana, and of course mainland Portugal. There's also stuff like East Timor, which is this one right here, and other like cities like along the coast of India. There's like one all throughout. There's like 13 throughout that coast they own, but I didn't color those in because I couldn't get them exact, and they're just cities instead of like actual like owned things. It's just cities they own. Also, they have a few of these islands out here, like this island, this little chain of islands right here, and then these ones right here as well. So yeah, we're going to be looking at what if the Portuguese Empire reformed today. So the first thing they would probably go for, they're probably one of the stronger countries in the world at this point because they have the combined forces of Brazil, Angola, themselves. Zambia is a pretty strong country. And then, I guess, Uruguay and Ghana. They're not that strong, but they would put up a little bit of a fight. But yeah. So, for the sake of this video, NATO and the United Nations do not exist, because then it would be hard for them to expand. But yeah, first they will go after Paraguay. And Paraguay will get absolutely folded by the Brazilians. I don't even need to show you the war, just color them in and they're gone. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Sorry, foot's cramping. Next, they will declare war on. Oh, I guess not. I guess they're just gonna sort of take Guyana and Suriname for themselves, I guess. No war needed. Alright, next, they will declare war on Venezuela. And also Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, no, never mind. That's just part of the Portuguese Empire now. It should be that way. It should be like that. And yeah, so I gotta change the color to be a bit lighter. So Brazil will start pushing into the Venezuelan territory. Now Venezuela is a very jungly country along these parts that they're taking over, but I don't know where the jungles are. So we're not going to be taking those into account. And Venezuela is quickly captured, and the peace treaty is full annexation. So I'll just do that. And yeah, so that's the Portuguese Empire now. And next they will turn their focus to West Africa. I almost said East Africa. But yeah. So West Africa is going to put up a much better fight as they all get declared war on. They all get war declared on them at once, with all of these countries down here. I don't know the name of like any of them right now. But all of these countries get declared war on. I know Western Sahara. I know Mauritania. 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 Yeah, they will declare war on all of these countries at once. And as soon as they do this, we see a union form between a few countries, including. I don't actually know the how probable this is to happen. It's probably not, but we see a union between Morocco, Algeria, where's the border? Tunisia, and Libya, as well as Niger and Chad. And then we see them send out an invitation to CAR, which will accept the invitation to join this union against the Portuguese Empire. They don't really see any reason to join, but they still do because they decide we kind of want economic and military support, so that, yeah. They also send one to this little country right here. At this point, the DRC invades the rest of Angola and just kind of takes this little part they have left. They really had nothing left after the thing. So yeah, the DRC will take that. And they now have more sea access. They will send an invitation to Egypt. Egypt will surprisingly accept this invitation. I was not expecting that. Well, I was because I'm making a video, but you know what I mean. And then they will send an invitation to this country right here. They will try to accept, but are declared war on, so they cannot accept. But while this is all happening, Portugal tries to find some other allies, and they decide to ally with, I don't know, maybe France, uh, France, Italy, and Germany. And surprisingly, they also get Ireland to join that. You thought I was going to say the UK, didn't you? Nope, Ireland joins. Don't ask me why Ireland joins, they just do. So yeah, these countries all get roped into the war against this team, and yeah, at this point, these countries are really just screwed as Portugal begins, with the help of its allies, to push into the no, not the Ivory Coast. That is this country right here. But they do make a landing down in the Ivory Coast. They start pushing troops with heavy casualties because all these countries are working together up through these less deserty areas, I guess. Trying to cut the blue team off from sea access in the north, making a landing in Western Sahara. And I don't believe that Western Sahara even exists. What do you mean? Western Sahara never existed. Yeah, there's a lot of debate on whether it exists or not. Whether it's part of Morocco or its own country, I don't really care much for it. It's just debate I don't want to get into. They eventually push all the way into this area and almost completely cut the blue team off from the coast. They tried to make a last ditch effort to suppress this team. They do push them back all the way out of this country and start pushing them out of the Ivory Coast down here, which they successfully liberate this country a little bit. They successfully push out and liberate the rest of it, and yeah, so that happened, and yeah, they were like, wow, that was really easy. How come that was so easy? Oh, no, sorry, I just accidentally zoomed in on Nigeria. Oh no, I see why that was so easy. It's because Portugal was sending all its troops from these places. Well, they already had Angola troops, but Mozambique troops are now going up there. More troops. More troops. And these guys finally got more troops down there. Germany finally reached down here. Italy just kind of went through that. And, oh no, this is not good for us. Sorry, that just took a while to fill that in. Oh no, this is not good for us. Portugal was just using like its own troops from its mainland at that point. But oh no, this is not very good. And a sweeping campaign goes off against Martini, completely capturing it, capturing Mali's capital, and eventually just like completely sweeping through the entire thing. And for the peace treaty that unfolds afterwards, it is only full annexation. I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad of a person to give them immediate full annexation. No, they make a puppet state out of Western Sahara and Mauritania. These guys get turned into a singular puppet state. It kind of looks like a brown. But that, I'll just do this and just turn it down a little. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's better. They will also add in this country right here to this puppet state, as well as this one right here gets added. And then the rest of it is just turned into Portugal. What do you mean? It was always Portugal. It was never not Portugal. It's always and forever been Portugal. Yeah, there was no real point in giving any of this land to any other country in the alliance because they didn't attack anyone where they kind of had anywhere to go. And again, European Union doesn't exist. NATO doesn't exist. The United Nations doesn't exist. And yeah, so we see a coalition start to form against these guys, which is the new sorry again. The United African Federation, which includes the sorry. This alliance is called the United African Federation, which includes the North African Union, Sudan, Nigeria, this country, the DRC, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and these three countries. It also includes Ethiopia and Somalia, and Madagascar, surprisingly. We also have a few non-African countries joining this coalition. Not on the same alliance, but like this is an alliance. Now we have a coalition forming against them, which includes Spain, the United Kingdom, Netherlands and Belgium and Luxembourg, Denmark, the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Romania, Ukraine, and the Baltic states, including Norway as well. So I just gotta color these guys in the correct color, and I don't want to get anything like that, for example, to happen. See, and now I can just color these guys in blue, and then color these guys back in white. Yep, and that is the coalition that will be joining the war against the Portuguese alliance. Now, this alliance is not going to go to war with the Portuguese, the French, Italians, Irish, and Germans just yet, but we do have the Turkish joining this alliance, which will cause the Greek to join the opposite alliance. Some century-long beef there. Bulgaria will join the red team. I forgot to color that in, and I also forgot to color that in. I think that's it for that. So yeah, we see. For once, I actually better change both of these. We see the Portuguese move some of their troops from their newly claimed territories in Africa. We're just gonna say that, like, as soon as you capture the things, that you don't have to move any more troops there. That it's like already like fully done, which isn't really realistic, but yeah. Portugal will move their troops up into northern Iberia, like the northern Iberian Peninsula, eventually meeting up with France after a hard struggle and losing a lot of territory down here, having the gates of Lisbon be brushed up against, if not captured. I think Lisbon is right there, but I might be wrong. But at this point, Portugal's like, nope, withdraws some troops from Spain, causing Spain to push them back a little bit, but not before France pushes them all the way out and starts pushing into Catalonia, which breaks away, and pushing down further, taking these islands and brushing up against this. And then we have Portugal going and trying to take back their land, successfully doing so, and invading into Spain, not after they have pushed the French and Catalonians back a little bit. But as I said, the French and Portuguese will now push into Spain, eventually taking their capital and capitulating the country. Yep, I knew I did it on accident. But yeah, we have the UK making an advance on Ireland, taking over the country, as it was not very hard to do. They then make a land. Sorry to anyone who lives in Ireland who watches my channel, but the UK is stronger and you weren't really getting any support from these. Germany will push into the Netherlands and Belgium, and oh, I don't even think I need to say that. 6 hour joke. Took only 6 hours. Denmark, only 6 hours. Oof, embarrassing. But yeah, Britain will make a landing in France and Normandy and in Brittany, linking up and eventually going down towards Paris, but not reaching that far as Portuguese troops have just gone through Spain and are now helping the French push back Britain's invasion completely out of France before immediately going back and helping out Germany as they have just been invaded by Poland. Yep, how the turns have tabled. They go all the way down with the help of Czechia and all of the Eastern Europeans. We have Bulgaria being pummeled. Nah, don't get me wrong. Bulgaria and Turkey are strong right now. But it's the combined force of like all of these nations together. I mean, a lot of Polish troops and Czech troops are on the border of Germany, along with a few people. Well, not a few, but like 2,000 people from each of these countries. But most of their military is focused down here to try to knock Turkey out. Istanbul was already captured. Constantinople, my bad, as it was immediately renamed as soon as it was captured. Now, in real life, Turkey would not be folding this quickly, but in this universe, we don't care about this area, so Turkey surrenders. But that did take high casualties for all of these countries, which causes Germany to be able to push back Poland all the way out of its country in this little island and start its invasion into Poland and into the Czech Republic. Okay, Czechia. They will have a really good success rate, taking Prague and capitulating the country. They will take Warsaw, but Poland will fight on. They will take all of Slovakia and also take Budapest, making Hungary surrender. Slovenia surrenders after being taken over by Italy. Italy then pushes into Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, taking them out. Poland will lose a lot more manpower and troops, and eventually will be completely taken over in an encirclement, and the rest of the troops will just surrender as they don't want any more casualties. There's a landing from the Polish areas over here in Estonia and Latvia and Lithuania. And yeah, the Baltic states just go away. And a landing is made up here in Norway, taking Oslo, and eventually completely taking out all of the population, basically, in the country. Because I don't think there's, like, a lot of people living up here, so it's easily swept through. Well, not easily, but you know what I mean. So yeah, now it's just these few countries. Romania not having any land been taken out of it. Will just decide to opt out of this war, this coalition against Portugal. Oof, my bad. A landing from France and Portugal is made up here in Ireland, where their aim is to free the country from Britain's rule again. And this goes pretty successfully. They take back Dublin and completely free the country. They don't even use invading colors. They just take that because it looks better. Yep, there we go. And they start to make a landing over here in the UK. Now, I know their navy is one of the best in the world, but it doesn't match up to the Portuguese navy right now. Scotland breaks away, and it is just taken over. We have Cornwall breaking away and getting taken over. We have Wales getting taken away. Not breaking away, just getting taken. And then we have the fall of London, which is about here, and the final surrender of the UK. Germany will, not Germany, Greece will offer peace to these guys. These guys will accept the peace, and we will look at a peace treaty that is going to happen. So the peace treaty that is going to happen is going to be Ireland gets all of the UK. Yep, Ireland gets all of the UK. Portugal gets all of Spain. Like all of Spain, all of the Iberian Peninsula. Is now Portuguese, not Spanish. Uh, France will get Belgium and no, just Belgium. Germany will get Luxembourg, and let's do an even divide between these guys. Let's go like that much of Belgium. So yeah. So Germany gets Luxembourg. And let's just say they also get Denmark. They get Denmark. All of this stuff. They get the Czech Republic. Why? Oh, I was pressing FN instead of actually zooming out. Alright. I'm just gonna make all this white over here. Ireland backs out of all that. So yeah, Germany will get Luxembourg, Denmark, and let's say that the half of the Netherlands that they get is around this. That's the half that they get. And then France gets that half, and the rest, well, it gets Belgium and the rest of the Netherlands. Uh, Germany gets the Czech Republic, and let's just give them a border that looks something like Wait, why did I undo that? It's part of Portugal. That's the country we're doing right now. Alright, so yeah, Germany will get all of that. They will get Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, this thing, all of this. Oh yeah, Greece will get that in just a second. As I said before, Germany will get Slovakia. They will get Hungary. They will get Croatia and Slovenia. Just kidding, they won't. Because that goes over to Italia. Italia. Slovenia goes to Italy. Along with Croatia and Bosnia. And honestly, we're gonna give half of Hungary to Italy as well. Around that. Looks good. And yeah, that is all of that. Yeah, Ireland will get Norway. So yeah, that is part of Ireland now. Well, let's say that Germany gets a little bit and Ireland gets a little bit. Let's say Germany gets about this much. I need more than that. So yeah, Germany gets that, Ireland gets the rest. Honestly, they might sell it to Finland or Norway, or not Norway, or Sweden. I actually think they will do that. Sweden will gain that, Finland will gain the rest. Can't believe I messed up the border thing twice in a row. And that gets sold over to Sweden. The Baltics will all be united into one. And will be a puppet state of, drumroll please, Portugal. Yep, they will be a puppet state of Portugal. That looks better, yeah. So yeah, and then we have Ukraine staying intact. No gains, no losses. We have Bulgaria being fully annexed by Greece. We also have Greece fully annexing Istanbul, calling it Constantinople again. And we have Greece now putting in the work and taking half of Turkey, actually more than half of Turkey. That is what they take. Here, I'll just turn this all white. Felt a cough. Okay then, I guess I'll do that again, because it made yellow for some reason there. I see what the problem was. Alright, yeah, that's good. And then, back to brush. Sorry that took so long. Being weird if you couldn't tell. So yeah, Greece will take that much of Turkey. And that's all that's left. Yes, Germany will take around that of Poland. They will probably also take a little bit of this down here that I forgot to mention, just because it looks a little bit terrible. And I think that'll do it for that. We didn't see that this alliance got involved. They kind of just formed a defensive alliance. We were gonna see a little bit more in South America, but I think the Portuguese Empire has expanded plenty. So yeah, that'll be it for today's episode of the Empire series. What if the Portuguese Empire reappeared in modern day, or whatever I'm calling it. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. This is probably going to be my one and only upload for the entire time that I'm not at my house. I just really felt like uploading today. So yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Did you, Rickshay?